Welcome everybody to another episode of Footy with Chudy. I'm your host Chudy. I'm reporting live from Doha. As you can see, I'm a different background. So for all you guys know, I'm in I'm in Doha. I'm here with Edosa, Kachi, and Skip. Today we're here to discuss the World Cup so far and predict who the winner is going to be based on the round of 16 and the 16 teams that have made it so far, because the brackets are out and we can predict that easier now. This has been a crazy, crazy, crazy World Cup, and we're going to discuss the drama that happened in each group before we do our picks. So quickly, we'll go through all the groups. And I'm going to start with Edosa, since Edosa hasn't been here for a while. Skip also hasn't been here for a while. Edosa, is this the best World Cup so far? Talk to us about Group A.
In living memory, like my own living memory.
Us, we're young, yeah. So yeah, no,
yeah, like I don't remember anything quite like this. So Group A, I mean, it ends up kind of the way you expect it to end, but the way you got there is kind of like confusing, I guess.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it just and Netherlands good. Like I don't know.
They bored us to tears. Gakpo is doing his thing, but they bored us to tears. But that's Van Gaal's game. Yeah, he puts you to sleep, then he just hits you with the goal. Oh shit, we lost this game.
Well, I mean, that's the strategy. It's working, I guess. And then Senegal, like, I think the first game I watched for Senegal, like, these guys are actually like good. Like, without Mane, they're still really, really good. They might be lacking killer instinct,
That clinical finish.
but I don't envy who's playing them next.
England.
I think, yeah, England are in for a shock in that match. Like,
we'll talk about that later.
We'll get there, but like those guys are weirdly good. And Ecuador, I mean, other than like the Valencia guy trying to run away from child support once again, I mean, they played well, and I think Ecuador is weird because they have like really, really nice young players. Like, you can totally see them coming back again, like 4 years from now, and being like stupidly good.
If they get a striker, because Valencia should be done by them, right?
Like, I'm sure they'll have one of their striker. Like, they have someone good in every single position. How hard can it be to find someone that can score like one goal in 5 matches or something stupid like that? So, Qatar, I don't even know. I don't know why Qatar exists other than to host this World Cup. But I mean, they did their best, I guess. I mean,
one goal, 3 losses, earliest host to ever go out, first host to ever lose in the inaugural game. These guys were breaking records left, right, and center, man. But it's okay.
Yeah, and then so Group A kind of ended up how I thought it would, just didn't know it to come out. The way it got there was the interesting part.
It was a genuine competition between Senegal and Ecuador because they were missing money.
Yeah,
I'm happy that Ecuador made it through. I would like them to beat England, but more on that later.
Ecuador, Senegal.
Senegal. Ecuador's done, right? They played very well. I feel like it's one of those teams that they won our hearts. They won everybody's hearts. So the opening game, everyone was like, "Woo!" Then they played the Dutch. They were like, "Oh, like, you know, they won." One of those like is our second favorite team situations, but Valencia has injuries and unfortunately they just couldn't make it. I'm gonna have Kachi actually talk about the group. If you watched the previous episodes, the group he predicted, the teams he predicted to go through for Group B, the England, USA, Iran group with Wales. Kachi, take us away.
So Group B, I was feeling myself thinking, okay, like, let's pick the underdogs, and I went and picked Iran and Wales. I mean, don't get me wrong, from this group, I think Iran did me proud based on the talent that they have. They came third in the group. Iran did me proud. But I'm never picking Gareth Bale in anything ever again in my life. This guy should be done. This guy is pretty much semi-retired. He's part-time footballer, part-time golfer. So Wales disappointed me. I don't know what I was thinking England would collapse, but I think England just had enough talent to kind of get through the group. England didn't get into top gear. I think the Iran game was their best game where they scored 6 goals, so they just smoothed through. I don't know, USA, I hadn't watched them a lot before the World Cup, so I'm kind of surprised. I think USA, for me, were the surprise of the group to have come out of that group. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in the next round. But yeah, I'm never picking Gareth Bale. All those Wales old boys, Ramsey, those guys should retire. Like really, they should now be doing.
Hennessy.
They should be in the studio now with Roy Keane and Gary Neville and be doing commenting. Those guys should not be playing football anymore. Like really, yeah. So it will be interesting from that group.
Among the three of you, which of you actually watches and follows the Nations League?
Not really. I didn't watch
but like no, like it's not as if I don't miss a match, but like I do follow like very closely.
Because if you follow and watch the Nations League, you will be very surprised how good England is playing and how good and how bad Denmark was. Because England was very bad in the Nations League. Everybody was beating them and drawing with them. I believe they got relegated from their group, and Denmark was bossing everybody. Denmark was in the same group.
Denmark was really good in that group.
They
in the Nations,
they beat France twice.
Yeah, they were good.
So I don't know whether these guys were just messing around or like, this is not real. This is just a glorified friendly kind of thing, and they just left because Hungary.
But that's always going to be a problem with Nations League, right? Because it's more of like a friendly. They just come together, play. Play that weekend, and they go back to their club and all that. So there's always going to be that inconsistent thing. There's always going to happen when there. So, yeah.
Nah, man, it was really surprising. But yeah, I'm really scared. I've told you guys many times, I've said it on this thing many times. I'm genuinely scared that England would take this trophy and it's coming home. And as a Man U fan, every time these guys are lining up, we'll be hearing World Cup winner captain Harry Maguire. That's my worst nightmare. But
it's almost worth it for that.
We'll see how it goes.
Where do I sign for that?
No. God, please, no. Then for Rashford, what's his honors? Is he BME?
MBE.
MBE. So Rashford be an MBE World Cup winner. Nah, it's too much. It's too much. Skip, do you want to take us through Group C quickly?
So Group C, that's Argentina, Poland, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia. To be honest, the first game, the Saudi Arabian game kind of shook everyone, even including me. I didn't see that coming. And the Saudi Arabians, they thought they were going to go through, but like still looking at that group, I was like, probably not going to happen. Like, let's talk football right here. Like, it was a good win, but you're definitely not going through in this group. And at the end of the day, that seemed like but I was expecting Mexico to actually qualify over Poland because remove Lewandowski from that team, and there's not really a lot to write home about. Every one of us, we all expect Argentina to top the group, but like the Poland-Mexico, I was expecting Mexico to just egg that out, but as you can see here, it's just like a goal difference. That was what made, that was the difference between who went through or not. So that was good, but like there were some good matches there, like the Mexico-Argentina game was very good. I love that, and the last game also was really interesting. So the Poland Argentina was also a good game. So I would say like this group was very entertaining.
I don't like
till
Poland.
The last day you didn't know who was going through.
I don't like Poland at all.
Yeah.
You guys know me. I love defensive football, but bro, these guys take it to a whole nother level. This is too much. This is too. It's too much, man.
But to be honest, Poland, people just see Lewandowski and they just expect Poland to be something incredible. No, that's not how it works, right? Like they have to do what they have to do in order to get the points. So against Argentina, they did that. It almost worked. So like again, they did that for the restore, So who cares? As far as it's working, this is a knockout now. Now they're in this is going to be a knockout tournament from now on, right? So whatever you have to do just to make it to the next round, do it. So.
If you win the thing, no one's going to be saying, but you are boring. Even if they do, man, your World Cup level medal is still there.
Does anybody remember Greece? Did they say anything about how Greece played and whatever?
Like even Spain, though, like when they won the World Cup, they scored 7 or 8 goals the entire tournament. So
nobody will remember that. You win it. So, and that's the good thing about World Cup. And that, And people are saying this is like the best World Cup in recent memory. I'm like, no, the quality has been low, but there's been like some shock moments. But that doesn't mean it's the entertainment.
This guy you're about to take us.
Because if you look at that World Cup that we have Van Persie and all of them going crazy, and also the South African one, there was a lot of like, you don't want to you didn't want to miss a game because there's going to be a lot of wow moments. But there's just a lot of shocker, like at the end, like the last day of the group.
Second half, and it's always in second half, not in first half.
Go through. Yeah, again, it's always so like it's not the best World Cup. It's not even there, but like there's the uncertainty of who is going through, towards at the end. So that's but when it comes to being the best World Cup, I think we've seen a lot of, other World Cups that are good or better than this. So
I don't think I'll count 2010 in even my top 10 best World Cups I've witnessed, man. I remember.
I doubt you've seen 10 World Cups today.
Oh, the highlights.
But I'm thinking like, what makes a game good? It's not like when anything can happen. I think this is the first World Cup in a while where, like, you can show up in the first half and, like, see Japan, for example. Like, their manager is literally just like, yo, I'm just going to give you first half to do whatever you want to do. I'll see you in second half. And every time second half, apart from the Costa Rica game, I think, like, he showed up and actually bowled these guys to the end. So
and Costa Rica only had one shot and scored them, literally. They had just the one shot.
So, like, I feel like the technical level, like, the way the teams are playing, given that they only had like 2 weeks to prepare, like this is like really high quality football. Like apart from Qatar, like there is no team that was actually like rubbish and shouldn't have been there. But like, but that generally, like if you think about that World Cup, you can think of like 3 or 4 teams that just came there.
Like how did you get here, man?
So like. Even US that we might end up dragging at some point, those guys did not lose a game.
True.
Like
a lot of teams. Because the reason why you're saying that is because the good teams, their level has dropped so much that they are not, that gap is not there. Previous World Cup, you can pick like 5 countries that will be like, someone is getting 5-0 from each of these teams this tournament because that's how. No, Chip. But now those teams, their level have dropped so much that you're like, like if you remember the 7-1 Germany Brazil, something like that.
Yes, 2014
and all that. Like you always look at it and be like, there's some good teams. A lot of teams are getting 5-3 and all that. But now the level
I
have
don't
dropped.
think in that World Cup Germany beat anybody up to 5 before they faced Brazil. Like that was such a freak game against Brazil. I don't remember them being like spectacular because they still didn't win that World Cup, if I remember correctly.
Isn't that the one they won? 2014. They won 2014.
They won 2014?
Yeah. Germany won 2014.
Yeah, against Argentina. Okay. The 1-0 at the end. Mario Götze.
Okay, so you beat Brazil 7-1 to just win 1-0 in the final. Like, it just shows that, that game was an anomaly, not like... Yes, they were very good, but good football is like multiple good teams playing each other, not like one really good team slapping stupid teams. Like, so at least for me anyways, I think this is the most balanced World Cup.
We have to get back on track, but I think this raises that debate with the Premier League as well. And I've had that debate with a lot of people that are the level of top teams reducing or the level of the lower teams, are they increasing? Which one is it? Because you're seeing people out here like teams you've never heard of signing the best players, or you're like, what is happening here with this? Kachi, last word on this.
I think it's not that the level has dropped with the big teams. Yeah, you can say the level has stagnated with the big teams in terms of talent development. But I think those small teams now, they have players that are playing they have resources and they have players that are playing in the big league. So all those tactics or things that maybe used to be a mystery to them, or players that maybe they would have probably been in awe of, like a big player like KDB, not anymore. Like somebody like Tomiyasu, okay, like I play KDB probably 3-4 times a season, right? So it's like they are no longer, those small countries have at least 1 or 2 players, so they are no longer in awe of those big teams. In the past, they would even be fighting for the big name players' jersey before the game has even kicked off. Whereas now they'll be like, you know what? I'll go on the field, I'll play my heart out, but after the game, I can still maybe ask for your jersey, but it's no big deal if you don't give it to me. But now they're a little bit more like, it's like, yo, it's 11 players on the field. Last, you beat me, but now they're a little bit more competitive. Whereas in the past, it's like, man, you are in awe. Like, we are playing.
This guy plays in the Premier League. Oh my God.
In the past, you are playing Zidane and R9. Like, maybe 2 weeks ago in your country, you were a farmer. And now all of a sudden you're playing, like, literally. You get what I mean? So some of those countries in the past.
The coach got your phone number and now you're World Cup.
It's true. It's true now. In the past, like, literally, you are working your job as a fireman. Next thing, they are calling you up to play for your country. So
must better take time off, man. 2 weeks, don't worry. Just 2 weeks. Group D: France, Australia, Tunisia, Denmark. This was I want to say this was one of the more boring groups. I can't believe Australia made it, but then, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I expected, because of what Denmark was doing in the Nations League, I expected them to make it out of this group. For them not only to not make it, for them to come last, it was a madness to me. But France, they have a lot of injuries, but they're still pushing strong. Mbappe is still doing his thing, and we'll see how it goes. Who are they playing? I believe they're playing Poland, if memory serves. Yes, Poland. They're playing Poland. But we'll talk about that later on. But that was just a straightforward group for them. Group E. I remember before the Germany-Costa Rica game, the commentator said this is Group E for everything, meaning that anything can happen in this group. And my God, anything did happen in this group. At the point, it was Japan and Costa Rica going. Who would have thunk that? Bro. Who would have thunk that? This is heroic. What it?
What a betrayed, man. That made me so happy. Japan and Costa Rica.
Yeah.
But somehow...
Why does everybody hate on Spain?
Nobody hates it. I think people just want to see something different. Like, it's less about the terms. It's just, give me something else. Like, give me something else. So, I don't know.
We'll skip.
I don't know why people hate on Spain or Germany. But, anyways, like, the two best teams in the league, in the group
always qualify. I
That
was listening to Gab and Jules, and it was so funny. I was driving, and they said this thing. I almost had an accident because I was laughing so hard. Gab was trying to be nice about Morata, saying, he has technical ability, he has a good touch, he does this, he does that, he makes good runs, he's handsome. And Jules was like, he can't finish, full stop. Full stop. I don't know where you're going with this. This guy can't finish. This guy can't finish, full stop. All the comments, all the compliments you're giving him, the points, this is a striker that can't finish. I don't care what you're doing. But they're wiggling their way through, and their enormous goal difference helped them at the end of the day. I honestly don't know who Japan would have preferred to play between Morocco and Spain. No, between Morocco and Croatia. I don't know whether it was worth coming first in that group. Edessa, what do you think?
I think that they don't care.
Okay.
So we need to remember that these guys bowled the team. They played Germany and Spain, and it wasn't like they were inferior in those games. They might not have been as attacking, but when you see them hold that ball, you're like, okay, these guys actually know what they're doing, right?
The press, so the altogether press, man.
And it just so how we're talking about how the level has risen generally, so it reminds me of Iran, when you watch Iran Wales, you're just like, oh my goodness, the second goal. Most teams would have blasted that ball out. They were just like, nah, we're going to score. And then they just passed their way into the... So, Japan is a very, very strong side in a weird way. The center back is Yoshida. They have Tomiyasu that they can bring on, for 25 minutes and you're not considering anything in that space of time. They have the Brighton winger.
Why isn't Minamino starting?
I think
He can't press. It's because he can't press.
I think the coach is doing a weird thing where, like, he wants to bring on all his fast players when the other team is tired. Because once they make those subs, they go from we're not able to really attack to all of a sudden they're just getting chances all the time. So like that guy, the Brighton
guy. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know, bro.
If you look at his stats, he's basically that Napoli guy you're always raving about.
Oh,
that's how stupid that. Like, can you imagine just some random team? I mean, Japan not random, but like in this, what you would expect to see like players like that in Japan all of a sudden, and then they have like good technical balance too. So I think Morocco and Croatia, if they meet, I mean they're meeting Croatia, so I think Croatia are going to live in the next round.
Wow,
because I don't think Modric alone is enough.
That's bold.
I don't think Modric alone is enough for that, but you know,
we're gonna move on.
To Belgium,
we're gonna move on to Group F. I'm gonna have Skip talk about Group F, but before we do, when McAllister, Argentina, right, scored for Argentina because he's Argentine, I was like, I texted my cousin. I'm like, we're living in a universe where Brighton players are starting in World Cup and scoring. Like, what is happening? What is going on?
What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive.
That's what I'm saying. What is going Brighton? Brighton players. It's crazy. Skip, what do you think about our Canadian group over here? Group F. You're muted.
What I said at the beginning of before the World Cup came through, that Canada is not going to get a point. And I think I blame the coach more than the players, because the coach showed a lot of, he was being naive, which is like his tactics and managing of games and all that. He was being naive, and even with the way he was speaking and all that, I know like it's good to be confident. It's good to have confidence, but like sometimes confidence can be a stupidity, can lead to being stupid, you know, at the end of the day. And I think that was the case here. The coach was tactically naive, and that's all I can say. But like, you know, next 4 years, I think the team will be better. I just hope we don't have the same coach. That's just it. Or it needs to improve.
I think it's going to be the same,
because
right?
Again, here's the thing. You need to respect your opponents. It's just no matter of go there, run around, high spirit, high energy, that will win you game. There are teams that just have more quality. You need to respect that. I'm sorry about that. You need to respect that and not just go be like, you know what, just keep running, keep doing that, and everything will be okay. No, it won't be okay. And that's what they learned. And also going to Belgium, they are an absolute disgrace. And I believe like 10 years ago when they hired Martinez, I questioned like, why did you hire this guy? Where did you get this? Then they got Thierry Henry to be assistant. They're like, he will teach them how to finish. He will teach them how to do this thing. We saw that yesterday. Where was all the Thierry Henry? Because Thierry Henry doesn't finish like that. Yeah. So don't blame the poor man. So that's that. Like, they're an absolute disgrace. And I'm not sure what's going on with that team. KDB has never played well for them. KDB has never played well for them.
No, you can't say never, guy. You can't say never. You can't say never.
Tell me one tournament KDB has been the best player.
This guy came third in the last World Cup now. What are you talking about?
When was he the best player in a tournament in that team? No, I'm not saying by name, but by performing for that team. Forget to play for Man City and all that. When was he the best player in that team in a tournament?
In the Euros.
Okay, can I respond?
Yes.
The only game that KDB has actually played.
Not only game, tournament.
Only one. I can only say one game. In no tournament has he been the best player.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem right there. I'm talking about tournament. Someone of his caliber needs to be the best player in the tournament. No, did you watch the first two games? The amount of passes, the amount of chances that KDB missed, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe he didn't see that.
Is he injured?
I don't know. Again, I don't know. Maybe he's going through some
maybe
he's going through some mental thing. I don't know. But like, you know, player of his caliber and all that needs to do better. The whole team needs to do better. The coach, thank God, he's gone.
This guy just useless their golden generation and left. Now that they're all in their mid-30s. Justice.
I know, but that's what happened when you hire wrong. You know, talent alone is not enough. You know, you need some, you know. So that's also that. Then Croatia, Good
Bruh.
for them.
Bruh.
Good for them.
Bro,
I don't think
I'm
they're going through after this because they have a lot of flaws in that team,
I would
which
pay
they need.
70 million for Kovacic. I love Kovacic. I
See,
love Kovacic
again,
so much.
you don't. Again, Kovacic is a good player.
Oh my
Like his
goodness.
control, his runs, and all that. But again, if 90% of the time when you dribble, you don't make the final third pass, well, you dribble like like what you said on ESPN right now. You're saying he can't finish. I don't care if you list 800 good things, but
I know they love me that is saying it. So don't say it hits.
so like I don't
Don't say
care.
it hits.
List
Media,
800 things.
please
If as a
continue.
midfielder, you can't make the final pass or you only score the wordies once in a while. I'm sorry. Again, I have a problem with that.
Come
You
on, take
need to
Fred.
be
And you
efficient and all
have a
that.
solution.
So, but again, he's a good player. He's not horrible. I won't take him and be like, oh, it's the same thing like you know what? Don't let me go there today. That's going to be another argument. The people coming to my head, but like I won't say he's a bad player, but like Croatia, I think they're in trouble. Modric can keep bailing them out in total with controlling the game and dictating the tempo. The guy is like 38 or 35, so yeah. And Morocco, I need to give them a round of applause. Like what? They came, they got they're tactically solid players, like spirits, and like they respect their opponents. Even when they were playing Canada, they were like, you know what, you have some dangerous players. We're going to respect you. Canada thought it's gonna go from there on. No, that's not how football is played. Maybe hockey, but football is not played like that. You need to respect your opponent. So I'm going to give Morocco a clap, and I hope a part of me want them to go through the next round because they're Africa, but if they're an African country, but if they go through, that means they will break Nigerian record of, going this time. I'm like, do I really want that? So,
They have to
what,
beat
that's
Spain
another.
to do that as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's see. But Morocco, they've done well. They gave good account of themselves, and that's all you can ask for.
Kachi, Group G. Brazil, Switzerland, Cameroon, and my Serbia, man. My God.
So, I mean, Brazil did what we expected them to do. I think, for me, my biggest disappointment is, like, Neymar really balled, I would say, the first game. But unfortunately, my guy, he hasn't learned that, man, holding the ball too much. Neymar ankle and players tackle are like magnets. They will always, like magnet and metal. Like, the guy's ankle now looks like a balloon. So, like, the guy should have known that holding the ball too much, he will chop tackle. Go ahead, Skip.
Sorry to say this, but I think at this point, we need to stop blaming Neymar for this because, again, when you see all those flashy players like that, we need to protect them. Ref should protect them because I remember once Ronaldo was playing for Man United. United fans will start shouting, "Protect him, protect him." When Hazard was playing for Chelsea, protect him, protect him. Again, when you have those players in your team, you will be shouting, protect them, protect them. But immediately they are not in your team, you'll be like, keep kicking him. Oh, ref, don't blow. Again, we need to be fair.
He caused his own injuries.
Situation. I know, right? We need to be fair enough to be like, refs should be protecting those type of players. You can't just go into a game and be kicking a certain player for 90 minutes and no yellow cards. Like, what's that? Are you even trying to ref the game? Refs should ref the game. Let's just be fair. Although Neymar is a little bit soft, but he still needs to be protected. True. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree in the sense of protected, but I think the way football is moving now, Neymar is almost like the last breed of those group of players where it's like you're a natural number 10, you hold the ball, like you're very flashy, if I can see. Those players that they enjoy more of the artistry in the game as opposed to like the whole, I call them the new generation of Pep kind of players where it's like, you're just passing the ball.
Progression.
Yeah, progression, you're passing the ball, you can't hold the ball too much. So, but I think with Neymar, I think he should be fine for the next round. But I think Brazil has talent everywhere. Like all over the field, they have talent. I know Arsenal fans must be happy that Martinelli has not played any game. So at least my guy is rested.
He played today.
Oh, he played? He played
today. He what's the word?
It's phenomenal.
He drove a lot. Like,
yeah.
This guy is like, when he was on the ball, the only time he lost it was when he shot or passed. They couldn't take the ball from this bro. Yeah. Like, what the hell, man? It didn't make any
Like,
sense.
he's overpowered for
It didn't make any
international
sense,
football.
man. It didn't make any sense.
He's overpowered for international football, but yeah.
Do you think Ederson should have done better with that header?
Who?
Ederson.
Yeah, he should have, but every once in a while, these goalkeepers have their own lapse in concentration. I would say for me with Serbia though, and Switzerland, like for me, Switzerland always surprises me in big tournaments.
Me too,
like literally
in
the Euros, they did what they did to France. Like these guys, these bros just come and they're always like, we're ready to play, like we're ready to fight. And then Cameroon, I can't, to be honest with you, I'm disappointed with Cameroon, especially from the first game. I'm disappointed like Abubakar didn't start the first game that they played in this group, because I think maybe it might have been different. But yeah, I think it kind of came out. This group kind of turned out how I expected it. I think I had Cameroon coming out as number 2 in the group, but they didn't. So Brazil I had as number 1. So I expect Brazil to do some things going forward for sure.
Ederson.
I was gonna say I don't think there's anything Ederson can do about
the
header. Like the speed the ball comes with, like
yeah, I actually do agree with you.
You know what? Fair enough, man.
Sometimes the ball is just moving too fast, and the ball is just far from the keeper, and he can't move again. There's nothing.
It's like the Martinelli one in the beginning of the game. If Martinelli gets that ball where he was actually aiming, they don't think keeper can do. But because he hits him on the wrong side of his head, it's an easy save. When the ball comes with that much pace, if you just put redirect it, you don't need to do anything. There's nothing to pack. But it's low. Like, that would have been like he would have injured himself. And then there was this scored. Or he would have just wasted his time. So there's no point. I also think that Switzerland is a very underrated team.
Very. Because I don't like them.
When it comes to tournaments and it comes to Granit Xhaka, those type of things, he just loves it. They might not have the talent to actually compete against like really good teams when like it comes down to actually winning something. But like, I can't remember them ever
leaving in the group stage. Yeah, they don't falter. Yeah, they always at least solid. Make it to round of 16. Then they win.
And then you give them Serbia as their last game. They were never going to lose their game ever. Like,
bro, man,
Granit hit those guys with a passion. They imprisoned his family. Like he takes every single opportunity to put pain in their heart whenever he gets the chance. So I was not sure why he kept on hyping Serbia. Like they should have done that thing earlier in the tournament.
Vlahovic. Did you see
Mitrovic? There's a reason why Mitrovic is playing for Fulham.
Did you see that header though? Bro's the best header of the ball in world football. Did you see that header though?
Calvin Lewin used to head ball anyhow.
To be fair, I thought Serbia have like a better team. Serbia, I think they have a better team than Switzerland.
Thank you. Like, they have better attackers and like one midfielder.
No, they have like I
maybe
think 2 defenders. I can remember that. Like I know, like again, but here's the thing, right? Again, it's all about having like a better coach, a better decision, a better way of playing, and all that in order to like use like your best players, in this tournament. And that's something again we're going to talk about Serbia. Yeah, their manager just being naive, just being, they're just not good enough. I'm sorry. They're not just good enough. You have to look for a way to...
Sorry, they're actually not good enough.
Yeah, like the manager has to just look for a way to, fit the team together, and that's your job. You have to look for a way. Even if you have to drop one player like nobody will agree with, you have to look for a way to fit the team. Like you have good, like in that, say, you don't have to have your first 11 doesn't have to be all stars, all good players. You just again for a decent team, you need 3, 4, 5 good players. Then look for other players that fit and will balance out the other team. That's what you need to do. Nobody's asking you to win the World Cup.
But you gotta get out of this group.
You need to get out of
this group.
You have to get out of this group. I'm sorry.
Come on.
You have to get out of that group one way or another. They only had a point.
Yeah.
Like only one point.
Bad.
Like
that's very bad, man.
So again, I would look at
it's not like the rest of them came to come and count games or something.
I'm sorry, they should be beating Cameroon. I'm sorry, they should be beating Cameroon.
They should be beating Cameroon.
Did you wait? Like, did
No,
you
we have to
see
move on.
that Cameroon team?
We have to move on, but they should be beating Cameroon. That's a discussion for another
I
day.
don't believe that.
That's a
I don't
discussion
actually
for another
believe that. Sorry.
Skip, take us through Group H, quick, so we can do our picks.
Group H, that's where Portugal and South Korea qualify, and we have the Bulgaria and Ghana. First of all, my Ghanaian brothers, I'm happy you're welcome back home. You're welcome. I love that. Inject that into me. See, there's no difference. See, I would say this to my Ghanaian brothers out there. What I would say is that, like, at least we Nigerians, we embarrassed ourselves inside our house. But you have to take yourself to the West stage to embarrass yourself. Hey, this life is not fair, and life comes at you fast. And what was that penalty? What was that penalty they were taking? Like, bro. I think one of the requirements to be in Ghana squad from now on, guys, you should be able to take penalties. That should be one of the requirements. You must be able to take. Because again,
if you can't take penalty,
because how many years is how many times is this going to happen? Like, I don't know. I don't even have to explain this. It's just bad. Okay, I've made fun of them enough, but poor performance across the whole tournament. They didn't deserve it. They should be living. They shouldn't even be living with any points. But they have 3 decent, but they shouldn't be living with any point. And Portugal, going to Portugal again, another manager that deserves to be sacked. Because I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know how he's trying to put the team together.
Trying to stifle my boy, Daddy Bruno.
I don't know.
He's trying to please CR7.
You need to do a better job and put the team together. I believe Ravel Leal should be starting. I don't understand. How is Leal not starting? I don't care. Bernardo Silva should be starting. I don't care how you're doing it. You can't go and play, is it Fitina and
TVO, whatever.
In the midfield against South Korea. You don't need that much running. Like, you don't need that. Like, what are you doing? You have the quality. You have the discipline. Like, that manager or that coach is going to get them in trouble. And I believe his contract will be over at the end of this tournament. So another one that should be sacked. And Portugal have a good squad, just bad manager. Someone they don't know, they need someone to put the team together. But South Korea, I need to give them they hustled and they bend and whatever it is, they did what they have to do to qualify. I believe good tournament right now. Time to go home. Thank you. But they see, all these teams, all you can ask for is no. All these things, all you can ask for is for them to give a good presentation of themselves. They've done that. They've already surpassed expectation. There's nothing for them to do anymore, So all you can do is clap for them and be like, hey, you have my heart, you have my respect, you've done everything more than what I can ask for. Good for you. And next World Cup or next one, I am going to be looking out for you guys to do the same thing.
What if these guys beat Brazil? What if they beat Brazil?
Sorry?
What if they beat Brazil?
Oh,
I would love
then next World Cup, they will be my favorite team. My favorite country. Again, if they want to live in my house for the tournament, they are welcome because they're welcome. Again, wherever they want, we give it to them at that point. That's leaving the earth and going, house space. That's what they would do if they beat Brazil. But I don't think that's possible. But again, they have my respect and order. And the last
Uruguay.
I don't know what to say about them. I'm disappointed.
No, don't be disappointed.
But again, I'll blame the coach again. What was that substitution today? Like, what? Because you were winning 2-0, you don't need more goal. You didn't check the table. Then he left his mouth open at the last minute. Why is your mouth open? Close it. It's your decision.
No, Suarez can't play in 90 minutes now. Suarez is old. I think Suarez is in South America, right? He can't play 90 minutes. Yeah, he can't play 90 minutes.
He brought, again, I don't care. The people he brought, is going from good to worse. I keep playing him. Let him faint on that pitch. You don't go from that level to that level. Then leave your mouth open. What do you expect?
It's the coach, not him, though. normal,
that's what
a
I'm saying
reasonable
is the coach. That's what I'm saying is the
Okay.
coach, right?
Mm.
Another coach that deserves to be fired. At the end of the match, he left his mouth open. Close the goddamn mouth. Because if you could have put 13 here, I'm sure you could have gotten the first goal and like move on. But no.
No, okay. Wait.
We can't dwell on this. We have to move on.
I know,
Quick,
but let's be
last
fair. Let's be fair. They had a penalty, a valid penalty that they were
The Cavani one?
not the Cavani one, the one before, where
On Nunes?
yes, on Nunes. That's a pen every single day of the week. The ref, the only reason why they didn't get that thing was just
It's true,
these
boy.
guys that they missed their pen. This Ghana missed their pen. Forgive a pen can cause fire. Let's just leave it, bro. Like, so under normal circumstances, they probably did enough to win because Ghana. I mean, I love my Ghanaian brethren, but I mean,
if you remove Kudos, that team is useless. And
no,
like
Partey did what he
Partey too.
could.
Partey too. But like I told you guys in the
Suleiman
chat,
had played well.
all the goals they conceded, I want to say 80% of it was from the right back situation. The two crosses in Korea was from the right. The goal
From
that
Lamptey's wing, Lamptey,
but he wasn't
South
playing.
Korea.
He wasn't playing.
Yeah,
Okay, he played against
but
South
that
Korea,
wing.
but he wasn't playing in the other two games. The goal that Leao scored was that from that right as well. The two goals that Suarez assisted and was from the right as well. Who is their right back? Who is their right back? That guy is the one that...
That the backman guy. No, probably some other person. But like,
Who's their right back?
I think Ghana and Nigeria are like about the same level of talent, so they should probably not have been at the World Cup at all. Like,
Anyway, we have to move on.
Their right back is Saidu. That Saidu guy is the one that played right back today.
Bro, man, he did them. Bro was an agent. For all three games, bro.
It's almost like these guys are not watching. It's almost like they're not watching the film of their game. Like the shit keeps repeating itself.
Everything from that side. Everything.
how will you have time to watch when you're like busy passing your dance moves and all that stuff?
Hey, we have to move on. Spend too much time on this. Quick picks. It'll be by voting. Hopefully, we're not going to do a 2-2 draw in the voting for who's going to qualify. First group. What do you guys think about the way the brackets are? Do you think England, because I'm always looking out for England, because I don't like England. Do you think England is in a good side like they were last time, or no?
I mean, they've done those England guys dirty.
Look at it.
They've done them dirty. They won't even get to quarterfinals. So
I mean, England on the harder side of the draw for sure.
Hallelujah. That's good. That's what I like to hear. All right, let's start. Skip. England versus Senegal. Oh, he's gone. Catch me. It's gone.
England versus Senegal. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like for some weird reason, I just have a feeling that this Senegalese team, their defense is very strong, and I feel these guys. I pick Senegal in a close game, 2-1.
Okay. Edessa.
I think Senegal will win.
I just hear that abomination.
Please. Wake
Can you
them up
guys
quick.
hear me?
We can hear you. England versus Senegal.
Okay, so whatever happens, England is going to win that. Maybe it's from one wrong penalty they're going to give to England. Whatever it would take, England
is winning this
Senegal
game.
not win it.
England is
You know how
winning this game.
wasteful Senegal? Like, can you see how wasteful Senegal team?
Just go see
out
what
there?
side does for Watford. You know
I
how
just
Watford
don't think
is.
that England are not like that great, or England are not great. They have good players all across the pitch. Again, coach, but like I don't think Senegal is winning them and all that.
Edessa, quick.
I have a quick comment. So I agree that England is supposed to have enough to win, but I think that last match would have messed with Southgate's, and he's going to tinker with his squad.
Which last match?
The last game they played.
Against who they played? Wales?
But I believe
that
they play worse in their last game than they did against US.
No, I agree. No, so that's not the point. The point is that the people that scored, the people that played well in that match, are not actually their best players. It should put
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
So it's going to mess with him, and he will put players on the field that should not be there. And even if you are saying that, Senegal is not like that great attacking wise, defensively, like they have one of the best goalkeepers in the English Premier League.
Well, I thought you were talking about Koulibaly before you were talking about the goalkeeper.
And their centre back is actually solid. Like in the corner kick, Maguire and Koulibaly going for the ball. I think I know who's going to win that, right? So England will have to be very careful not to like give away stupid chances.
It's not going to be an easy game for any of them. Like it's going to
England's
be
gonna win
very
this easy.
close.
Let's stop.
No. England are not going to win this game.
England is winning. He's winning this game. England is winning this game. Like, let's stop talking nonsense here. Catchy, by the way, before we move on, I feel like this. I can't call you names because this is going this thing. I think you were trying to diss our boy Rashford. That players, when you said players might start too simple, but it's okay. Let's move on.
No. I know what that was.
Okay, we have to move on.
Whatever.
France versus Poland.
So I'm the only one picking Senegal. Okay.
Actually, hold on.
Senegal.
Sorry, Aminu sent me his list as well. Sorry, let me just see what he said. Wow. He picked Senegal as well, so he's as drunk as the rest of you. But England is winning that game. Like, let's not be crazy over here. France versus Poland.
France.
I want to see England France in the next.
France is going to win, but I think with this Poland's 8 at the back thing is going to be really difficult. I hope France wins because I don't like boring football in tournaments like this, so I hope France wins.
Look forward to All African quarterfinal.
Morocco versus Spain. How many two did France?
I actually think that game is closer. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I think that game is going to be closer than a lot of people are thinking, and it will be very close. But just because of Spain coach. Just because of their coach, I believe he's going to find a weakness. He's an intelligent coach.
Tactical.
Like, that's my favorite coach in the world. I think just because of that, he's going to find a weakness or like a pattern that can get through Morocco. That's the only reason I'm going to pick Spain. But put any other manager there, I'm not going to pick them. I'm going to pick Morocco, but I go with Spain.
That is it. Quick.
I think Spain can bore them to sleep and win the match. So,
Kachi.
I think this is one of those games that if I'm Spain, I'll score first and just respect myself because these Morocco guys.
You see what these guys can do with free kicks, right? So
the reason why I say that is because if Morocco scores first, if people think they've seen parking the bus, if Morocco scores first, these guys will stand, all 12 of them, on the goal line and the whole time. And they'll tell Spain, you take the rest of the field. Like, literally. But, I mean, I expect Spain to come through in a very tight game, but I expect Spain to come through. But I'm saying don't be surprised if you get, this is another game that can surprise them, but my pick is for Spain to win, maybe 1-0.
I'm going to pick Spain as well. Portugal versus Switzerland. I'm going to call this. This guy just interrupted my flow. I was going to say I'm going to call it as the first surprise of the knockouts. I think Switzerland is going to beat these guys. Since I've been sleeping on Switzerland since, it'll be surprising to me, man. With all the, like Skip said, the manager is inept, so it might not be a surprise for that reason. But with the players they have, it should not be happening. Basically. Kachi, who do you think is going to win? Portugal, Switzerland.
I think for me, with this Portugal manager that is not respecting himself and playing the actual, like, you are blessed with Bernardo Silva in your team. You are blessed with Rafael Leao, probably the most informed Italian striker.
Dalot, you're benching Dalot, benching Guerrero, benching Vitinha,
Exactly.
I don't understand.
Yeah, no, like I expect Switzerland, I expect Jacques and his boys to come up with another masterclass. So I'm picking Switzerland, to be honest with you. Like, nobody kills giants more than Switzerland, man. Those guys.
Ronaldo tears, man.
I don't say you're picking Swiss too.
Switzerland, bro.
I mean, it was the only one that picked Portugal.
Tears into my chest.
Wow. I'm going to pick Portugal over Switzerland on this one. Netherlands over US. This is a tough one. Skip.
I call it draw.
Yeah. It's good to penalties, man.
If it goes to penalties, the Dutch will win. If it goes to penalties, Dutch will win. Like, bro.
think so. I feel
I
like
think
Turner
so.
might be a low-key penalty specialist,
Nah,
but we'll
bro.
see.
There's this
Can't think of any
US
American.
guy that play in their midfield. I can't remember his name. This guy
McKennie?
is so impressive. Not
Oh, no,
McKennie.
McKennie.
Oh, Tyler Adams
Yeah,
and
Adams.
Kudos.
Yeah, Adams.
Musa and Tyler Adams. Those guys are,
Yeah,
you know,
I've been really
spectacular.
impressed with the Adams dude. I haven't seen him play before this
Oh,
tournament.
I know of
So-
him from
so,
FIFA.
like,
He was in
yeah,
Leipzig before, right?
impressive.
Now he's in Leeds.
He's in Leeds. Guy is playing.
He was
well
in
for
Leipzig
Leeds.
before, but now he's in Leeds, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I've been impressed. So yeah, that's that. But I will pick a draw. So it's going to be extremely close. It's not going to be something just It's not
Yeah, they're
going to
meant
be
to
easy for
just
any
tell
of them.
both of them.
So
You guys go home.
Yeah.
Let Morocco go through or something.
I'm
Holland.
looking forward to watching that game.
Yeah, it's going to be dead. It's going to be dead. I think Holland will make it. Like you said, it's going to be close. Maybe either 1-0 or penalty shootouts or something, but I think Holland will make it. Kachi, what do you think?
I think. Hold on one second.
Nope, he's gone.
Okay.
What's the press of Japan? What's the press?
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Which game were we? Holland versus
US.
US. Yeah, I think Vanguard will bore us to death and probably win. I won't be surprised penalty shootout as well. Like it's one of those games. This is the one game that I would rather enjoy my sleep than wake up early to watch. I'm not even gonna waste my time. So yeah, Holland on a close one.
This is arguably the easiest one, and I hope Argentina doesn't fumble the bag. Argentina versus Australia. This is an easy win for Australia, right? Oh, sorry, Australia. Argentina, right?
Yeah,
Skip.
an easy win for Australia, actually.
Skip, who are you having for this one? Quick.
Argentina.
Quick. I think
I
we all have
think the
Argentina.
coach finally found the best midfield pairing their last game. All of them, they can control the game and move the ball forward. I think the coach finally he stumbled into it. So yeah.
Japan, Croatia.
Before we go to Japan, Croatia, I just wanted to mention Australia's goal, the goal in their third game. To me, that was the best goal of the tournament. That Lecky goal. The guy caught he caught the defender twice and put it in the corner. Literally. That I just wanted to mention that for Australia.
I said it in our
can do
group.
that against Romero.
I told you in our group, that's the worst thing for a defender. And Suarez was an expert in it in his younger days. He will bring you inside, then take you outside, then shoot. Then you just be dancing with the bro. Then you have the best view of the goal. The shoot's embarrassing. Japan, Croatia.
Japan. I think Japan will be Croatia.
I mean, it says
Might
Japan
be
too. Skip, what do you think? Skip. Japan,
No,
Croatia.
I'm just looking at it and I'm like, Japan, Croatia. God. I want
It's
to
hard.
say Japan.
It's hard.
My football body, all my football senses, they're telling me Japan, but I'll just go with Croatia.
I think Croatia will be able to pass their way over the press. I just think so. Like they did to
I
Canada.
don't think so. I don't think they don't have the legs. Croatia,
They're
they
going to
don't
run
have Japan.
Modric into the ground. But
Yeah.
That's what we thought Canada was going to do, man. Right?
no,
No,
but Canada
but
don't have technical excellence. They're
And
just
Canada can only run for 20 minutes. These Japan players for the game. What
Feet, they are feet. These Japan players are feet. They can
That's
run.
the definition of a fit. I've never seen a team running for 90 minutes. Even the sub, when they're coming on, they're like jumping. They're like,
they're
ready
just
to come and run. It's like, yo, I'm not even to get same energy. They can run. So, and those people, they are proud of their country and all that. They are they are, one of those things that the quality level in that team is just average at best. But they respect their opponent. They are tactically they are sound. They know what they're doing. You might not agree with it, but they know what everybody.
No, whose quality level is average at best?
Japan.
I think Japan, as a team, the quality in that team is average at best. tactically, every one of them in that team knows what they're supposed to do. Like, there's no question of where you're supposed to be or where you're not supposed to. Like, they know what they're supposed to do, and like they have passion. So I think that would take them far. I really want them to beat Croatia, but I'll say Croatia will go through. So,
Kachi, quick.
I think we're saying I would disagree slightly. I think the quality of Japan has actually risen a great deal. Like, you have guys like Kamada and Yoshida. Yeah, they may not be household names. These guys are actually like they are hungry in that sense. But also these guys,
but their talent level is,
yeah.
We would say they are world class. They are like
no,
very good
obviously,
talent.
Talent level
again,
is
that's
not,
what I'm saying. It's average.
Yeah.
You know, it's average. Like, again, being average is not horrible. Like, they are, you know, it's just that like most time we take most players that are not world class, we call them world class. Players that are just good, we call them excellent.
True.
You know, being average is not bad. That's why you have other things to supplement it. You know.
True.
Again, yeah.
So I would say they are average in the sense of their talent level, but man, what these guys lack in talent, in hard work. I don't know what it is, whether their manager has found the secret to fitness in football, but these guys, it looks like they've not played football the whole year and they've just been waiting for this World Cup. The way like, seriously, these guys run from beginning to the end, to the extent that some of the guys I would have expected to be starting games are the ones that the guys like, don't worry, just chill. I'll bring you on second half and you will run. So I think for me,
that's something Japan is known for, right? They're hardworking. Like,
true. It's a cultural
again. It's a cultural thing, like hard work and working yourself till you're almost dead. Even till you're dead, when you're dead, they still working hard. They are known for that. Like, they are known for that. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Last one, Japan versus Korea. Quick. Let's try and get this under an hour.
Oh, Japan
versus Korea. Brazil, Korea, sorry.
Brazil.
Martinelli come out party, bro.
Easy. Brazil.
I think I'm going to choose Brazil too. Because of how long we spent on this.
I'm actually thinking today was Martinelli coming out party. Although
he killed it. He killed it.
Was like,
he killed it.
Vinicius has been ass. Like, what's than being ass?
Stop it.
This guy.
The difference between Vinicius and Martinelli, that Vinicius already has that he will score in his system, and Martinelli hasn't gotten there yet.
I call that arrogance. You know, that arrogance of playing for Madrid, playing for, like, you know, Champions League every year, where you just know, I'm just going to score.
I'm going to score. It's just a matter of time. I'm not even upset. I'm not even upset when I miss the opportunity. I know I'm going to score.
It's just that arrogance that every top player, you know, that Zlatan, although Zlatan took it to the next level, but you know, just that little bit of arrogance that every top, you know, player has. So yeah, that's what Vinicius has. But like, he's been nice over this tournament, so I think Martinelli he's been really bad. So again,
because of how long you guys made this, we have to come to the end of this episode. The next one we'll do for quarterfinals. We'll predict all the way. Try to predict all the way to the finals, but we can't go there because we are out of time. Thank you guys for coming over. Thank you guys for listening. Like us and follow us on Instagram and YouTube and Twitter. And as always, continue to love football. Thank you. And this World Cup is fire. Let's see.